Hey class, this is Dr. Willis. I wanted to welcome you to SNHU 501 and also welcome you to the university. I'm going to be your instructor for this course for this term. Hopefully you've had a wonderful experience thus far. From what I know, students have already had about a week to access the course, but you've already had contact with our admissions department, your advisor, and so many others. So hopefully it's been a warm experience for you thus far. From my experience, just teaching the course and just being able to experience many of the support staff, it's really hard to find a better community of service. The service from the staff is great, from the advisors, from administrators. Everything is just phenomenal when it comes to customer service. So hopefully you've had the same experience thus far, and hopefully we can keep that momentum going into our course. So SNHU 501, Introduction to Graduate Studies, it's really that foundational course just to get you geared up for your program of study. So we're going to talk about motivation. We're going to talk about your self-efficacy, how you handle stress, and then we're going to get into the research process a little bit, and that's just going to drive our course all the way through. But just a little bit about me. My wife and I and two small children, we reside in Hammond, Louisiana. I work at Southeastern Louisiana University as the Director of Student Conduct. My wife is a nurse, also a nurse practitioner student. She has about 7 months left before she finishes. And my two small children, Madison is in kindergarten, Noah, who's 4, he's still at the daycare. So we have a nice little family here in Hammond, Louisiana. We've been here 2 years, and we enjoy it thus far. If you want to know a little bit more about me, you can look under the instructor tab to my left. That'll give you a little more information. But Module 1 in our course, Module 1, we're going to have a discussion board, and we're going to have a short paper. And that's the general theme for every week. You'll have a discussion board and one more assignment. Most of the time it's a short paper. Next week in Module 2 is the only time you won't have a short paper. But Module 1 in the discussion board, what you're going to do is you're going to introduce yourself, and you're going to give a little background information. It's going to ask you why you attended SNHU, what degree program are you in, and what are some of your concerns. So you really want to pay attention to all 3 of those questions. And whenever it asks you about concerns, really be honest. Most students, it's new because it's online. It's holistically online. And I'll tell you, my master's program that I attended was all online. It took a little bit of getting adjusted to, but once I got that schedule down packed, it was a breeze. It just took a lot of self-discipline and a lot of motivation and a lot of self-management. Remember those 3 terms. But how the discussion board works, you'll have an initial post. Your initial post is going to be due Thursday by 11:59 p.m. That initial post. And you also have to respond to at least 2 peers. Now, the response is fairly simple. When one of your peers, when they post in the discussion board, when they make their initial post, what you're going to do is you're going to simply reply to their post. You're going to do that for 2 separate peers on their initial post. And we normally give you response instructions. You can find those at the bottom of that discussion board question. Now, those responses are going to be due Sunday by 11:59 p.m. You're going to respond to 2 separate peers by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. And best practice for me, I really like to see students address their peers by name. So don't just start off the response with a sentence. Start off by addressing them by name. So remember, initial post due by Thursday. You have to respond to 2 peers, their initial post, by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Now, the second part of the assignment for this week, you have a paper that's due. I really want to say, if you look in the rubric, it's under the short paper guidelines. So this one is 1 to 2 pages long. It's going to be due on Sunday by 11:59, and it's basically asking you to talk about your program, talk about your undergraduate experience, talk about what you feel is going to be the difference between that experience and this experience. So you can really kind of take that where you want to. Make sure you're specific to answer those specific program questions, but you can really kind of drift and take that question where you want, but you want to stick within those paper guidelines, which is 1 to 2 pages, double space, Times New Roman 12.5. And again, that's going to be due Sunday by 11:59 p.m. So, and that's really the 2 things that we have for the week. So I always like to end these with a little advice. It's critical in this online program that you have a support system. Hopefully you're not doing this on your own. Hopefully you have an accountability partner. You have somebody you can go to for that encouragement and motivation. And if you don't, please reach out to me. I can try to be that person for you, just to remind you of things. Speaking on that tip, make sure you have a planner. Make sure you're writing things down when they're due, due dates. You don't want to fall behind, because that's the hardest thing in this class. When students fall behind, you really want to be on track when we start that research process. Once that gets rolling, it can get a little hectic, but I try my hardest to really walk you through there. So that's really the first announcement. We're geared up, ready to go. Hopefully everybody's excited. I've already seen 5 people jump in the discussion board, so they're excited, ready to go. I'm excited, ready to go. So tomorrow, the 16th, we will get started on this course. All right. And if you have questions, please reach out. My email is g.willis1@snhu.edu, and you can either call me at 601-408-3233. All right. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.